Today is the 20th day of April in the Bahamas. And if you look at the television all over, all good governments is trying to get small businesses up and running. And the ones that are not up and running, they're trying to give them a stimulus package to float them until such time that they could run. And I saw this happening in Abaco, and I said it time and time on my videos. If the government would allow the monies, the contracts to be had by Abaconians, the money would stay in Abaco. Lo and behold, look what's happening all over the world. You imagine a lawyer from Nassau who run for the F&M has 2 contracts in Spring City and Treasure Key, and she doesn't even have a shovel. She's F&M. But we have another F&M in Abaco, Colley's Bulldozer. Colley Bulldozer have $1 million worth of equipment. They're in Marshaba. We're there after the hurricane. And to date, the brother haven't got 1 contract from the government. He has to subcontract to somebody who got a bunch of broke down equipment in Central Pines. While this lady, the lawyer, got a whole community without having a shovel. You ask yourself, Mr. Minnis, what did she do or had to do to get the contract? How did she get a contract and don't have a shovel? A lawyer. This is how we're losing in Abaco. Darren is sitting at the table of decision making. Forget James. We forgot James already. But what is Darren saying about that? The same brother voted F&M, baby. We look at Bahama Hot Mix. If the hurricane didn't do enough damage, Bahama Hot Mix is all over Central Abaco, digging holes in the road and just leaving it. We have a guy almost got killed, one of my basketball players. There's a hole that makes the road in Dunderstand 1 lane there in Henfield. It's there in Henfield's family. We got one down there at Chat and Chill that the road is almost cut in half. You got one up there by the Conkin and elsewhere in mainstream Central Abaco. When I know Sonny Wall down in Weston and Grand Bahama has done a tremendous job of repairing the road, we haven't had 1 contract issue. We got Big Cat right there. You don't have to go nowhere. Big Cat is in Abaco, always has been in Abaco. Are they getting their fair share over Bahama Paving Solution? No. I pass there all the time. Most of his equipment is in the yard. They can pave road. They can repair the road. 8 months in, not a contract has been signed to my knowledge. Then we look at the youths. Any nation that think about the youths, think about the future. Abaco Central High, the high school, the biggest school in Abaco, still haven't started to be repaired, and another school year is coming up. September is right around the corner. When, oh when, is this compassionate Prime Minister going to find his heart and his soul to do what's right by the people of Abaco? How could Abaco people come back home with their kids and there's no school? 8 months in, that is not priority to this government. 8 months. When is this going to be priority? There in Henfield, you sit at the table. You're my MP. I'm not attacking you. I am attacking you're not doing what you were called to do on behalf of Abaconians. You are a servant, but you're not serving us. Or you serve us a plate of food on Easter, 8 months in. We could have died already. 8 months, you just give us a plate of food. When is the high school gonna start to rebuild? That is progress. That is a government that's thinking about the future of this nation. Small businesses. Why isn't the small businesses in Abaco having an opportunity with the cleanup? Because we don't beg. We don't have nobody to sit at the table. Darren Henfield is not particular. I know Darren character. Darren don't want his name to call up in nothing, so he preferred to do nothing. So he's sitting at the table, but he want to leave like how he came, with nothing, no integrity, helping nobody, 5 years of nothing, because he's worrying about his image. And all he wants is people to salute him and open a door. At the end of his tenure, we will salute him for being the worst of the MPs of North Abaco. It can't get no better than that. You're on the track solely for being the worst of the worst. After 8 months, Darren Henfield have not sat down at the table with his people. I salute the Member of Parliament for Long Island. This guy makes sure to send sanitizers and stuff to Long Island. Got a little fella up here in Baintown. He's not even a minister. He's feeding 500 a day. I don't know where he's getting the money from. Maybe Darren need to talk to him, because he surely knows what's going on than Darren. We're showing you the videos just a week ago that the Defense Force is still stealing the generators. The generators are still in the tent at the Union Jack dock. We still need them, and we still can't get it. When, Kay Forbes Smith have to announce her arrival, and she have to make it political in order for people to get it. Well, when last have they had a meeting to decide a way forward for Abaco? Fix the roads. Bay Cat is right on the corner. They could fix the road before somebody get killed on the streets of Abaco. By now, the road should have been fixed. 8 months later, from Marsh Harbor, across the ferry dock, the crossing dock, to the end of Murphytown, it's approximately 4 to 5 miles. And by God, we cannot electrify Abaco 5 miles in 8 months. And then when your house is ready, this is one of the flaws and the disgrace of not moving forward in Abaco. There's so many persons that house already ready to be electrified. But somebody from Nassau, whenever they come in their spare time, have to give the okay to have their homes electrified. After 8 months, they're ready, they're willing, they're able. But somebody from Nassau got to come and say it's okay to electrify their house. When the manager of Bahama Power and Light, a Canadian, he electrified the apartments that he was in, instantaneously, click, the light was on. Nobody had to come from Nassau to approve him. But all the people that went through a storm is still going through a storm because of the lack of management of Bahama Power and Light. That's what Kai would have done. If Kai was your member of parliament, that red tape would have been already cut. Whenever you're ready for your power, Kai would have made sure that somebody is there today, not 8 months in trying to get you electrified. That is the power of Kai being your member of parliament. If Kai was sitting at the table like Darren Henfield, what would I do? I would not have given a lawyer a contract to clean up Spring City when we have Collies Bulldozing, Big Cat, and even the residents of Spring City could have got involved with the cleanup of a contract. They didn't need to get a second-hand contract from no lawyer that doesn't live in Abaco. They could have gotten a contract themselves with a little truck and help. That's small businesses. That's how the money stimulates. When she get a contract, she leave a little bit of the little people that she employed in Spring City and elsewhere, and the bulk of the money goes to Nassau. If Collie Bulldozen and Big Cat would have done the job, the money would stay in Abaco and the money would circulate. That is what Barack Obama did when America's economy was down. That is what this president is doing now, making sure that the money circulate in the young, in their small businesses. When, oh when, is Darren Henfield and our Prime Minister going to find their heart and their soul to help Abaco of the $45 million that we have been sending into the Treasury for the past 15 years? If y'all could please, sir, find your way to give us $45 million. That's 1 year worth of money that we put into the Treasury to help. That will do so good. And let Abaco sit at the table to decide what to do with the $45 million of our money that we put into the Treasury. That's one of these Kai Care video on the 20th of April.